and sunk into a chair. Birding with the unenthusiastic could fucking wipe a girl out. "Oh, hey," said a voice. I looked up to see a familiar shock of dyed hair shaved into a crest peeking through the door. If it isn't the Bird Scout in Chief. "Is Jerry in?" "Out sick today," I said. "Risa, your hair," I started. "What about it?" she said. I could hear a warning in her voice. "It reminds me of a wire-crested thorntail." Risa's face broke into a grin. "You got it." "Of course you're the only one who noticed. I love them." "They are exquisite," I agreed. Risa and I looked at each other for a moment. It was odd that we were having this conversation, since it wouldn't be precisely accurate to call us friends. We were more, what? Enemies. Ah, yes, we were 100% enemies. But sometimes even enemies had great hair. I watched Risa's expression change as she seemingly remembered our actual affiliation at the same time I did. "Okay, well, if you see him sometime soon, tell him I need him to sign my co-op hours sheet." "Okay, will do." She paused, like she almost wasn't going to speak, but then changed her mind. "Have you finalized your entry yet? For the photo contest?" "No. You?" I said. "No. I tried to get a picture of the heron, but then I tripped on a root," she said. "That sucks." Right? Such a rookie mistake. But I bet everyone around here is going to turn in a fucking heron anyway. Or, God help us all, warblers. Heat crept up my back. I had no fewer than 23 shots of our 4 resident herons, male and female, that I was considering entering into Fauna magazine's annual Junior Nature Photographer competition. Not to mention several dozen shots of a Cape May and one of a male Swainson. That last one turned out blurry, fuck me, because of course the Swainson flitted out of the frame. This was my last shot to win the Fauna competition, since I'd be too old next year. And I wanted to conquer first place so badly I could practically taste it. The money would be nice, and my grandma, a former winner herself, would love the free lifetime subscription, added to the price since her time. But because Fauna was the biggest and best birding magazine in the US, possibly the world, save maybe Lebec in France, the bragging rights alone were worth it. Particularly if it meant I'd beaten Risa, who I was pretty certain sabotaged my entry last year. "Yeah, probably. But the summer birds will be here before you know it. And there are some impressive blooms in Jenkins Wood. There is already a patch of Monotropa uniflora at the base of Elder Oak. It looks like a proper fungus graveyard. Bet it'd be epic in moonlight at the right angle." "Are you going for that shot?" "I tried. It just looks stupid. The flash washes it out, and using moonlight through branches isn't exactly my forte." Risa snorted. "I hear you. Okay, well, good luck." She almost sounded like she meant it. I stared at her absolutely rockin' hair as she left. I tidied the desk and took a bunch of Ranger Jerry's old newspapers to the upcycling bin. The weekend craft people would have a field day Mod Podging on Saturday. I surveyed my work with satisfaction. I was once again reminded how grateful I was for my co-op assignment, even if Risa was there too. I had always envied the juniors, who were allowed to avoid going to school for all but a few hours on Thursdays during spring term because of their work volunteer co-ops in years past. But now it was my turn. It had been the best development of my life thus far. Most of my friends were out at the local newspaper or lawyers or doctor's offices and made more money than me. Because my life goal was to be the world's best nature photographer and take my place alongside my hero, master birder Brian Michael Warbley, spending April till August leading nature walks and birding tours was way more my speed, even if the pay was technically shit. Like, literally. Jerry gave me a bag of fertilizer for Gran's garden to compensate me. But it was the best stuff we'd seen, and we needed it for her bird-attracting flowers, so I wasn't too salty about it. I rounded the pond on trash removal detail, but my phone buzzed in my pocket. "Elder Oak, 60 paces due east, now!" the text from Gran read. I was still technically on the clock, but Jenkins would...